the crank pulley. Sorry if it's a bit blurry, but you can see there's a dot there that has to line up with there. So the crank's where it's meant to be. The cam pulley, this lining mark has to line up with this line here. Okay, on the belt there's a line. There's also a line further down here. That'll go on the crank mark. This one will go on the cam mark. So pop that on there. Put it down. Engine is in. I've even finished up the manifold. I'll give you a close up of a fair bit of stuff. So, manifold is done, and turbo is mocked up, bolted there kinda. So, the clutch cable, I've had to change it from this hole to this hole, just because before it went straight past the throttle body, but now once we get the pipe on there, it should flex against the charge pipe and it should fit. I'll be putting aircon into the car, so I've fitted the original aircon pump. Just noticed there's a bolt missing. We're actually going to tap this hole and put a threaded barb in there instead of welding on the fitting. just got these fresh injector plugs, which will go on our RX-8 injectors. I'm going to use an old ECU. Got about 5 of these, so I'm just going to take all this stuff. That will connect straight into the ECU. Here's an auxiliary plug. The ECU gets its power through here. They give you heaps of pins, so you can pin extra outputs through here and run different sensors and things, I don't know, through it to the dash. This is for my dash loom. Still got to do these. This is a tacho wire, I got launch control wire, and I got a aircon feed wire, aircon switch wire, and then this is for the evaporator. And then we keep following the loom. This is the O2 sensor. This will be inside the cabin. This will run through the firewall somewhere around here. So we keep going. This is a body loom plug. So this feeds the ECU ignition power. This also has aircon wiring, coolant temp sensor wiring, the gauge for the coolant. Also, all the fan relays and fuel pump relays run through this as well. But I've only used a few plugs, so I've run all new wiring for everything to bypass this anyway. So moving on, we got this, which is the dryer pressure switch. This is the engine. This is for the engine earth ground, main ground for the ECU. This is the air temp sensor, TPS, injector wires here. We got flex fuel, which I haven't got the plug for yet. Still got to do that. And then come up here to the ignition loom. So you got your 3 coils, and this is a coolant temp sensor, as well as the gauge sender. On the L200s, there's 2 different sensors on the head. This has incorporated 3-pin plug sensor, so all of it can go to one spot. Anyway, run through the rest of the loom. This is the trigger wire for the cam sensor. This is for oil pressure gauge, and that'll run to the dash harness. And then an aircon compressor wire, still got to pin that. And then this is for the boost controller. Those 2 will go to there. So yeah, that's pretty much the basics of the loom. Whether or not it would work, I'm hoping it works. I've done everything I can. So put it in soon. So with the engine loom coming in through that grommet, coming down, parting off to the TPS, and one to the aircon dryer, and then keep going. You got flex fuel coming down, which I still need to do. Got the ignition loom up to the coils, and then the injector loom, and that carries the trigger sensor. It also carries the boost solenoid, which is these green and red ones, and oil pressure switch and aircon compressor. So don't mind the floor, it's a bit messy, but I've got the gauges there ready. I just need to go get some vacuum hose tomorrow for the boost gauge and also for the ECU vacuum port, boost port. But up under there, you would never know, there's max ECU hidden. But apart from that, the factory aircon switch broke, so I've just put a toggle switch in the factory location, but it still seems like I think the average person wouldn't be able to tell that that's not meant to be there, except for like the eco mode. But yeah, that's me finished for tonight. So yeah, thanks heaps. See you next time.